Welcome, friends! We have another Eternal video for you here, so a bunch of matches. I am trying to start a fresh deck from absolutely no practice. This is a brand new format because there's been a ton of buffs that are less than an hour old, so I'm just jumping right on in. We're going to be doing a sacrifice-style deck with Fearbinder. I don't particularly love this starting hand, so I'm going to redraw this one. And I guess this one's a keepable. It's got some things that'll slow the game down. That's what we're really concerned about. We're going to be using Fearbinder and a bunch of revenge units, as well as things like Dakus to try and get some value over time, and we'll see how that goes. This is a very interesting start. I definitely should have started with Crest of Glory there. I'm not sure why I did that. That's okay. Dakus is a good draw. So if you haven't seen Dakus, what it does is whenever it dies, then you can sacrifice a different unit to draw it from your void immediately. Works pretty good with things like Tock ticks. You can just sacrifice those instead, get them revenged, get them back in the deck, keep on kind of getting value that way. So that's what we're going to be trying to do. But we've just had a bunch of side buffs and buffs to other things. Endra has been changed a bunch to try and make it a little less prevalent than it is. We'll see how much that works. We do still have a little bit of stuff to help us in case that's a problem. But I think that most people will try and maybe move away from it a little bit. A lot of people are talking about Haunting Scream. I'm just doing something very different and going with the Fearbinder. We're going to Devour, because I'd like to just try and get deeper into my deck, try and find more value. That's generally a good idea. We want to hit like a critical mass of revenge units, I would say. The opponent does have a fast spell. It might be a Desecrate, which isn't too bad. I mean, we'll play Dakus, pass the turn. They can kill it, which means they kill this, and I just draw that back. Still pretty good for them. Like, I'd say that that's worth it if they have the Desecrate. But it helps us protect the Dakus a lot, obviously. And Copper Hall Paladin. Yep. Big old 4/5 lifesteal. I mean, we're just against... It's even Paladins. We've seen this. It's a thing. I can go ahead and Display of Ambition and just murder that, which isn't terrible. I don't hate that. I really don't. I love it for being able to draw extra things, but I think I'd rather just get rid of it. I'm going to attack the Dakus and leave back the Tock tick, because I can block and sacrifice with the Devour and just have a better time with that, I think. It's a better swing for us that way. Does mean that our Dakus will be a little bit unprotected, but we have Immortalize for it too, and getting a Exalted Dakus is kind of cool. Because it means that it still goes to the void every time. You'll still be able to make the weapon. Yeah, there's the Slay. We'll let that happen. Actually shouldn't have. I should have sacrificed the Dakus to Devour and then done it. Let that happen that way instead. Now I don't really have anything to do, so... Oh, and they didn't attack. That's just a thing to learn, I think. Foolish. Playing with the deck, I'll realize that a little bit more. This is literally the first game that I've played with it. Foolish to think that they would stop our Dakus here, though. I serve a higher purpose. Ooh. So they're not actually even Paladins, they're just Paladins. Get Barrow down and have... Berserk on that. Reconnaissance. Ooh, nasty. Well, that's going to be obnoxious. They're going to steal a couple cards. I could sacrifice, but that doesn't necessarily help us any. So I guess that I'm just going to let that happen. They might get some Tock ticks. That would definitely suck, but could be worse. Almost rather that they did in some ways, we'll see. Really, really solid turn for them. Really fantastic. Absolutely great draws. I do not want to do that. Lifespeaker.
Come forth.
So like this, just gives me a bunch of blockers. I'll probably pass the turn here. Very, very, very nasty, nasty turn. That reconnaissance was perfect. Just incredible. Hopefully they didn't get anything too good off of our deck. No Maktos or anything. Just attack with that. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and block. They have something. Yeah, they took one of my Devours. Or is that their own Devour? It's not changed so it doesn't have any requirements. I would think that that would be a thing. This is fine. Devour on that. Now we're getting our tactics back. That's what we need to see. Play the Stonepowder. A lot of Devours going on here. But that's very okay for me, honestly. I'm pretty happy about that. And I'll just keep playing banners for now. I want to go pretty deep into our power so that we can go real crazy later. I'm probably going to Immortalize and Decimate, get back the Lifespeaker. You can Mastery it again. Or Ultimate it again, sorry, not Mastery.
I pledge my feet.
Yeah, here's Nivea. So I'm going to be trying to use some Decimates. Yeah. Not too big of a deal. Jump block this turn. And then I might do this and Devour. I think that's actually fine. Get another Tock. Ooh, and a Desecrate. That's neat. Almost want to use the Desecrate now and kill one of these. Killing Nivea might not be a bad idea. Nivea's an incredible pain. I don't think I'm going to do that. Ooh, excellent. Getting that Destiny back right away. Ooh, and we have Hidden Road Smuggler. Alright, now we're cooking. I'm going to go ahead and just Makto this turn. I don't want to Hidden Road Smuggler yet, because I actually want to keep both of the cards. But this is going great. I can Immortalize and pull back the... I can pull back the Lifespeaker if I want, or just Tock. I'm not super excited about the Tock. I think I'll do this now. Get the Lifespeaker and give it Exalted. They're not going to be a harsh rule deck. I'd be very surprised if they are. They're much more of an aggressive deck than that, so they shouldn't be running harsh rules. Unless they have them in the market, they shouldn't really be playing them. And out of the market, they can't play it this turn, because that's 8. Ah, a loss. Sick. That's very good. Everything's 3. Just kind of nerf a bunch of our stuff. Pretty nasty. We still have some stuff to do, though. I could go for, like, Regent's Tomb. And we could pump this. That's 4. Then I can't play Crownwatch. Might be okay. I mean, just attack with 6 in the air and just wait. Play the Crownwatch.
You're in the Crownwatch now.
Okay, I'm gonna get Crownwatch, play Tock. Attack here. And I think that we'll trade here. Bezo's Office seems like a good idea. I can play it right away. It gets rid of the laws, so I don't have to deal with that. I mean, right now we're feeling pretty good. Ooh, they go to the market, but again, they can't actually play a board wipe this turn, so they have to find a way to live. And that might be interesting. I imagine they just get something like a Slay here. Yeah. Kill that. Destiny, sure. Do I want to double block? If I do this, it's possible that I can pull it back out of the void and kill them with that. So that's pretty reasonable. I think that's a good idea. Because if we find a way to get this back, I could have done that. It turns out that I won't be able to do it this turn. That's okay. If we play kill one, so they stop the life gain. They can block 2 things, gain 2 life. So block these 2, gain 2, so they're at 5, 7, and then we hit them for 8. So it really depends on if they have something. feels like slamming here isn't the worst idea. Oh, they do have something. Corrupt. Oh, sick. Nice. Very cool. Pretty powerful play here. That definitely hurts us a lot. If I'd just gone for scheme or something, just... Interesting. And they kill the Dakus, yeah. That seems like an obvious one. None of these have... That has revenge still. I could do that. Brutal. Brutal. I could sacrifice the Lifespeaker, but I don't love it. Now Dakus has lifesteal, which is kind of nice. I think I'll sacrifice the Crownwatch. That was nasty. That was exceptionally nasty. Man, that was actually incredibly brutal. Especially because it gets so much closer to a laws, too. Sure. Yeah.
Take up arms.
Decimate again. Oh, that corrupt. Absolutely single-handedly won them the game here. Not sure why they'd attack with other things. That seems like a pretty big mistake. Just throwing away a unit here. I don't get that. That seems really, really weird they would do that. Like, makes zero sense at all for them to have played it that way. Huh. Strange. I don't know why you would choose that. Alright, well, we can pull back Stonepowder Alchemist. Hopefully hit some way to murder this. We still have Desecrate.
Another late night.
There's our Fearbinder for the first time. Alright, well, they're gonna steal our Makto. That's really sick. It's too bad that they... I feel frustrated that we didn't get to kill them on that back of that corrupt, and then they just threw away units. Don't do that. Don't play bad right after you start beating me. If you're gonna beat me, play good. Don't play bad. Make me feel better. Brutal, though. Nothing we can do about it. They're just gonna get us. Laws gets in. Laws is really disgusting if we don't have an answer for it. Just haven't hit enough removal here.
Stay hidden.
Yep.
Run, cowards. You cannot hide. Take up arms.
They got the 3-5 version of it, which is better and worse for them. Kind of interesting they decided to choose that one. Not what we want. Really solid top deck from them, too. Because, I mean, the thing is that it doesn't get Destiny for them right away. Strange choice. Alright, we'll just pass. Not a lot we can do here yet. Gonna throw away a bunch more units. I am okay with this. They do gain some life, which is, I'm sure, what they're thinking, but... it's fine for me, too. They must have something really good that they top decked. Or just a power card. Okay. I'm, again, pretty cool with that, actually. Interesting move.
Run, cowards.
Very
you
interesting.
Cannot hide.
Yeah, not sure why they threw away so many units there. I mean, they wanted to gain some life back. I do kind of get that, but... I'm throwing away them very willy-nilly. I'm thinking about using the Fear. Do I want to do anything with that? If I do, I'll have something big enough to get through a laws, which is nice. I think I leave it still, though. There's nothing that I really want to sacrifice. Like, I could sacrifice Dakus and this, but then I don't have anything to sacrifice to get Dakus back. 4 unblockable isn't really that bad for us right now. Man, solid top deck. Really, really good draw. Alright, fair enough. That's bad. Yeah. I can get a really large unit now, and I can just try and draw better. I just would like to wait until we get some kind of other unit that we can sacrifice for. Like, Crownwatch or something would be great. Something we can have just some fodder. I think we'll just wait one more turn. This is Exalted. Okay, Immortalize I think gives me enough reason to want to. Sacrifice those. We'll make that an 8/6. I will not sacrifice a unit. Pretty willing to trade. Yep. We'll let that happen. We can Immortalize back the Stonepowder Alchemist without actually having to spend any Decimate on it. I can probably play the power, because I'd like to just throw this Fearbinder into the market if we can, out of anything. It's going to be a long game.
I serve a higher purpose.
Nice. Not finding an answer to that a lot is really backbreaking. Okay. Now pull back Alchemist.
Another late night.
It having Exalted is one of the big reasons why we want to do it that way too. Could Devour it right away, but that seems a little crazy. Yeah, this is better.
We fight to
Doing
survive.
Ghostblade. This is interesting. If they blocked in such a way, we could actually Devour and give this lifesteal and make it large enough to live. Not that I think that that's necessarily going to happen, but that's a thought. I could also sacrifice this one and another one to make it even larger. You can just continually combine them and make this a bigger and bigger threat, which is not the worst plan. Kind of like doing this. We don't get to play it on the Fear. Oh, we do. Okay. Wasn't sure if we could. We get a 12/6. That seems cool. And I could attack with this, and if they block with something like a Laws, then I can actually sacrifice the Ghostblade and kill it. If not, we can wait another turn when they try and double block our Fear's Sum, or whatever it is. Fear's Sum. Then we can go ahead and sacrifice the 1/1 at that point, and maybe get them into combat right there. Aha. Foolish. Nice. Now we're getting into the value. That's what we needed. Okay, we really needed to find some of those copper halls. Or, not copper halls, Crownwatch. Other way, same thing. Ooh, and we also have the Display of Ambition. Now, we are really cooking with gasoline now. Pull back 2 units with Revenge out of our market. We can get, or Void rather, Stonepowder Alchemist, and Dakus, maybe? We've got some things to do. Sure, get a deadly unit. I'm gonna go ahead, pull back 2 things.
Trust in the
I like
light.
that, and I like Dakus.
Another late night.
Yeah, the value we're getting now is insane. This is really, really wild.
Only the best for you.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna trade the Fearbinder, get the Tomb. I actually just want to have as much power as I can. We're gonna swear vengeance on that. Should make it pretty good. Pump the whole team with that, and then I'm gonna slam in for some damage here. We're gonna force some blocks. Alright. Ooh, they double blocked the 7, but not to kill it. That seems like they made a pretty big mistake again. I had a couple of those. Do I Tock tick or do I make a fearsome? I think that we just Tock tick. We're in very, very good shape at this point. 59 life to 4, pretty big board. I'm feeling okay about this. Well played. Well played indeed. Woo! That was a knockdown, drag-out fight. I thought we were in a lot of trouble with that laws. Stealing our Makto is mean. Oh, mean, rude boy. But we got out of it. Whew. That didn't feel like a game 1. That felt like game 1 to 3. But here we are. We've got game 2 now. I can't really keep this hand. I need some better power. This one's interesting. It's slow, but it's got the value stuff that we need. This deck doesn't have a lot of removal. It's all about us just kind of grinding the game down enough that our value overtakes them. The thing that I'm worried about is people still playing a bunch of Waylays and stuff because of how much Endra was being played. And that'd be obnoxious
Reporting
for us, to say
in.
the least. Ooh, we've got an aggro deck. Well, that could be interesting. I don't really need Fearbinder, and I'd rather be able to play something like a Stonepowder Alchemist if we draw it. That seems just more important to have against, especially like a faster Rakano deck like this, it looks like. Yeah. We can have a very, very easy game of this if we just draw some Stonepowder Alchemists, because it's really good against them. Especially with these Immortalize, like, we can definitely get there. The thing is that we do need to draw them. We don't have a way to play Dakus, we don't have a way to play Inquisitor Makto, we don't have any other units. We have a lot of units in the deck, too. There's a lot of things we can get. Crownwatch Recruiter would also be really good. I mean, we have a ton of early game, a lot of life steal, a lot of things that can buy us a ton of time. We just need to actually have a draw. We'll see how that works. Rough one so far. Alright, that helps a bit. At this point now, I'd have probably rather had Crownwatch, but listen, it blocks here, that's fine. It'll get a torch, that's also okay. Like, it's not great, but I have a chance of drawing it again. It's now in my deck. If we get it, I can Immortalize it. We can start chaining that together. If I draw power, we can Inquisitor Makto, or fire, we can Dakus. Like, we have options. That's the thing. We have really good draws. We just need to actually get them. Alright, Crownwatch Recruiter again would still be pretty good. What an insane start. I really just wish that we had a slightly better hand. This hand was super nasty. I guess I could have gone to 6, but there was no way for us to know that, yeah. There was no way for us to know that our opponent would be this aggressive, and there was no way to know that we would draw that poorly, because we just didn't draw any units. We have a lot of units to hit. Like, we're playing 30? Playing a lot. And half of our deck is units, essentially. Yeah, 27. So a large portion of our deck should be drawable as just something that we can play and block there. The fact that we didn't is unfortunate. Yeah, we've got like 40% of the deck being units or something like that. At least 35, I don't know, 37, somewhere in there. 35 to 40% is units, and it's just kind of bad when sometimes you don't draw any. Alright, we'll go to game 3. Hoofa-doofa, this is a hand. We've got some displays. We can use the Hidden Road Smuggler, but I think that we need to make sure that we actually have fire here. Okay, this is better. Still a little bit dicey. We don't actually have enough to get all the way up to Crownwatch. We're really low on units. Doesn't seem like we should be. There we go. Just need to actually hit the units so that we can do things. Yeah, here we go. Alright, alright. That's what we want to see. I'm going to play the Fearbinder first and then go with Stonepowder as the draw. I don't know if I said good game to start, but I'll say it again just in case. And Stonepowder. No pressure so far. That's very good for us to see. That's what we like. We want to see that if we can. Short beak? Yeah. Not a big problem here. It doesn't kill the unit. We can still attack in, and it's not even that big of a difference for trades. And it still trades with it, and if we are just swinging back and forth, that's actually really close anyways. We'll Crownwatch Crest Gang, and we can get more stuff out. I kind of want Lifespeaker. Might be better to get Tock tick, though, so that we've got more revenge right away. We don't have any sacrifice yet, so I think we'll go with Lifespeaker.
You're mine now.
Sure. Lots of curses coming out. That's not going to be a big deal. We can sacrifice them to Fearsome. It's going to make a small Fearsome, but that can still be okay.
Run, cowards.
However,
You
I'm just going to
cannot
slam
hide.
Makto, because Makto's good. I don't know if you know this. Heard that Makto's pretty great. And yeah, we've got a lot of ways to remove curses here with the Fearbinder. Like, we don't care about just sacrificing these. Sure. They can stop the Makto. I'm just gonna Dakus and Lifespeaker. Seems like a good way for us to start things off. Soon enough, we're gonna be able to start sacrificing things. I like doing it this way. Ooh, nice. If I had sacrificed some of these, they draw a lot less. I should have realized they'd probably be going for the Arc Griffin. For people that haven't seen it, draw a card for each curse on the enemy player and their units. 4/4 fly and endurance. But now I'm thinking that I can actually use the Fearbinder and sacrifice, like, Dakus and say this, and then we'll go ahead and sacrifice Makto to get the Dakus back, that kind of thing. We could do things like that anyways. And also hold up the Desecrate. I think it's best to attack here first. See what they do. They look like they're going to do something. They're sure looking at their hand. Okay. Now, I'm going to sacrifice these. I don't think I can actually get rid of the Makto the more that I look at it. I need to not have them come in with all of those units they got over there right now. It's nice that we get the lifesteal on the Dakus, though. It's a really good one for us. And in the meantime, we'll just hold up Desecrate and pass. Desecrate or display. Block. Are they going to play anything? Huh. Okay, I'll kill this still. I wanted to see if they had a combat trick. They kind of paused like they might at one point. I could have taken 3 less damage by blocking the other way, but I just didn't quite trust it. Oh, hopefully they don't have Relic Removal. If they have Vision of Austerity here, that's obnoxious, because getting rid of the Fearbinder stops us from having all of the... Yeah, that's also pretty bad. that is also not great for us. I will consider that medium to bad. I knew that it was a possibility, and there's not really a good way for us to get rid of, like an Adjudicator's Gavel in this color set, besides Burglarize, which is very medium. I don't love it. So we're going to have some interesting decisions here, as our opponent just dumps all over our fun. They want to have fun, they don't want us to have fun. Fair enough. So if they have Defiance, okay. Can't do anything about that.
You will pay for your crimes.
It's nice that it costs so little, because there's some things that you can do with that, but unfortunately.
Foolish.
We fight to survive.
We're just stuck waiting for now. So our Dakus can't come back, but it can still trade. And our 2/5 Makto is still just holding down the fort.
Face judgment.
I think we're really going to need to be able to go to our market here to actually get some answers. Try and find, like, Dizo's office and stuff and do it that way. Interesting. I think I'll just block with that, and I'll attack back with the Dakus. Let's not use it defensively. Alright, fair enough. Sick rip. Really strong card there. That's going to be nasty. I can go ahead and kill it, but this is going to be mean. Obviously, we want to be attacking back. They'll block the short beak. We just kind of have to accept that that's a thing that's going to happen. And for now, use that. We've got another attacker on the ground. We can maybe still bust through this, and we do have a bunch of revenge units that are coming in, so it's not over for us by any means. We're taking 6 in the air, but we've got a bunch of damage on the ground if we want. And we hope that we can draw some of those revenge units that we have in our deck. We've got a bunch of them just kind of sitting there waiting. There we go.
Unbreakable.
Another late night.
Here's another recruit.
That's something for us to do. So we can get in here with the 4/4. I really wish that we had a Devour so we could sacrifice the Exalted and just immediately put a weapon onto this at instant speed and wreck them. Because that'd be real nasty. I do like this, though, to just stop them from having more flyers. Alright, we'll just let that happen. Fair enough. I could sacrifice 2 things and put a weapon onto the Makto now. Because Exalted should still work. Not coming out of the market, it's just doing other things. I think a 2/2. I think it needs to be bigger than that. I think that we need to do at least 3. Maybe I'd go for the 4, though. Now we got the 3/6. And that holds down a lot of the fort. Hopefully they don't have more removal. Okay.
Face judgment.
I'm getting a lot of card draw. Wow. Man.
Our wings and will
That
are
is
unbreakable.
wild. 3 Icarias is an insane draw here. Damn. In my wildest dreams, I'd wish for hands like that. That's incredible. Damn, that is just stunning. Ugh. Well, nothing I can do about it. I'm just gonna have to try and smash in here on the ground. This does at least force them to make some trades. Or at least get very close to it. Yeah. Okay. That's something. Let's stop hitting power cards and start getting gas. Have them stop hitting 1 billion Icarias. That would also be really good. Power card is very nice for us. I'm surprised to see that they still have that. We do need to keep dealing damage is one of the problems here. Otherwise they start drawing extra cards, and I do not like that. So I'm actually going to throw this away. Simply because of the fact that we do not want them getting the power card. I was hoping that we'd just get Devour. Honestly. That was the big thing for us there.
You're mine.
Damn. Triple Outrider, triple Icaria. What a hand. That is really, really, really good. We have an interesting thing here. Can actually pump our team with this, too. Can't kill any of their units. I can do some stuff. I think... I kind of just want to slam here. That seems a little bit wild, but I think that they might do blocks that I like. It makes sense that Icaria goes on Makto. The 5/4. And then everything else we can trade up with Display of Ambition. It's not amazing, but after playing triple Forbidden Rider Outcast, triple Icaria, like, yeah, what do you do? Only so much stuff we can have. No merchants for us either yet. Love to see one.
You're mine.
4th Forbidden Rider. Oh, wow. Okay. Fair enough. Hey, we got a Makto. At least there's that.
Cowards, you cannot hide.
What are you... You've got to be kidding. Are you kidding? What are they talking about? Oh, wow. We drew 2 Maktos. We drew 2 of a card, finally. That would be incredible to draw, you know, 2 of a card.
The winds of Kodash brought us together.
I am uncertain why they would be angry about that. Silence is interesting when you're running a lot of curses. For example, you silence your curse. So that's an interesting play. Interesting decision to have it in there.
Only the best
That
for
choice, though, being angry at us for it, amazing. Just incredible, really. I still can't believe that they're actually upset about that. That seems like a little bit of nonsense to be mad about. How dare you get 2 of a card? I'm the only one that can have 4 ofs. Really wild. I mean, they're just gonna crush us now, though, because that's a DD. That we've held on this long is kind of incredible.
a potion for any occasion.
A tough draw here. I mean, they've had a lot of very, very, very consistent cards. Really amazing early hits. Fantastic multiple units over and over and over and over. All those Icarias, all the Forbidden Riders are just such perfect early game for them. Yeah. And here we go. Easy win for them. Fair enough. So they can be very, very angry about how well we drew by getting the second Makto. But that was a good game. They had a lot of incredible draws. Very solid deck. Lots and lots and lots of liars. Tough for us to deal with. We just didn't get any Maktos to really deal with it. And of course, Gavel was nasty. Hard for us to fight through that. I just find it hilarious. They were upset that we drew 2 Maktos versus what their draw was. Because, whoa boy. Alright, I'll be back for game 3. Okay, game 4. Hopefully we don't see too much more Void Hate. I wasn't expecting to see Adjudicator's Gavel, really, just because of the fact that it's actually really bad against Ender Combo. Ender Combo has all the Ixtons to get Boar and, like, Caleb's Choice and stuff to just get rid of it. It's not really an issue for them to get rid of the relics like Avacraft and Adjudicator's Gavels. Only slow them down very slightly and are generally not nearly enough to actually pressure them. Like, you need better removal than that most of the time. You need, like, shushes and counter spells, things like that, are much better most of the time. So I'm hoping not to see too much of that. And hopefully we have somebody who doesn't get who doesn't get mad that we draw 2 cards. That'd be cool. Display of Ambition is a nice one. It's good value for us later on. I think I'll keep it. It's a little bit slow for this hand, but, you know, we're not under any pressure yet. And we've got some early game for once. Had some tough draws, but this one looks pretty good. We do need another Justice, but we're going to be able to go for Crownwatch if we want. Not sure about the Hidden Road. I didn't want to keep a second display just because it's a little bit dicey
Never break.
for us to have all the power that we need. Okay, I can go Shadow Sigil. I don't really need Double Fire ever. This is actually... Can we draw every Fire Sigil? No, just 2/3 of them.
Only the best for you.
Much better. Still fine. I mean, this is okay. If we go Regent's Tomb can actually let us get the Lingering Influence, and that way we have the Justice that we need. So I think I'll go for that. We can double block the Hojin if we want. I'm not sure if we want to do that. Looks like we're probably against... I mean, is this just a mono Justice, like Mantle of Justice kind of play here? I honestly think I just take this. I want to have chump blocks for the Regent's Tomb. Yeah, and they have a combat trick.
Never stop.
Another
Never
one.
break.
Ooh, that's kind of nasty. That is definitely nasty. So now I can Regent's Tomb if I want. And go for the power card. I could try and just chump block both of these, which I don't love. I could also just go ahead and Crownwatch Press Gang, and that actually forces them to use one of the combat tricks they probably have in their hand for us to not just trade, and we'll get the revenge going and have more chump blocks. So I kind of like that the most. I think that I take Tock here, which is weird, but I just want to be able to chump block these well. Like, that seems like a good idea for us. I'm going to go ahead and do this, too. We can swing back, gain some life back on our own. It's a lot worse to have that on the block. They're going to use the combat trick on the block here.
Fine battle.
Huh. I'm more than happy about that. Like, it makes a really big unit for them on the block, but it seems like they're the aggressor. Them gaining a bunch of life and killing a unit is fine for us. Like, I'm much more worried about them just doing that and nailing us in the face for 1 billion damage. That seems way scarier. So I'm surprised they did that. They obviously have another combat trick, right? Yeah. They wouldn't have done that if they didn't. Seems crazy to have done it anyways. Oh. Yeah, fair enough. Pump this one up with the pump there. Smart move by our opponent.
No escape.
But, like, we're still at 15. They have 2 cards in hand. We're in more than fine. We just need to keep finding some gas and we're good. We could actually just go for the harsh rule as well with the Hidden Road Smuggler. But I think that I like the Regent's Tomb. And honestly, I'm going to Lingering Influence still. I want to get the Scout here and get a little bit closer. There we go. That's awesome. And we're just going to hold back, chump block both of them. They might not even have power to actually get there now. And they have 7 in play already. Any removal that they use on these feels kind of medium for them, I would imagine. And it's not like there's a lot of removal in Mono Justice for 1/1s. Age-Worn Vestige. Huh. The aggro deck, Age-Worn Vestige. A time-honored tradition. Yeah, I'm kind of okay just losing the Exalted on this to just get rid of a Hojin. Seems fine. Generally, Age-Worn Vestige is more of a control card. I mean, they've got a lot of ramp, and Hojin's the only real aggressive card that we've seen. That just kind of goes in everything, so it could make sense. Just a little bit strange to see it. Since they're looking so aggressive earlier. Oh, this is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and seek power. Doesn't really matter what we get. We've got enough of everything now. Play them all.
Run, cowards. You cannot hide.
We have a bigger board than they do now, another card in hand, and we're starting to get all of our engines going, which is awesome. Yeah, attacking with Hojin, I'm just going to block the 1/1. Blocking to Makto just means that we lose to Age-Worn, which makes no sense. Sure. I'll still do this block. If they want to burn a trick here,
No escape.
I'll make them use it. Yeah. Otherwise, they just lose that. Pristine Light. Sure. Still not honestly a big deal for us, because we do get one of the things that we wanted, which is our Destiny cards into our Void. And lets us do a bunch of value stuff that way. I could actually do this, because this is a fast spell as well. I can pull these back and kind of ambush them. So that might not be a bad idea. I think I like that. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Okay, so we're going to go Hidden Road Smuggler. I think... Yeah, let's go Deeza's Office. We don't need Harsh Rule now. And then we're just going to pass the turn. Hold up Display and have a couple of fast maneuvers here. They'll probably use the Age-Worn Vestige to kill this. Nope, they're going to attack first. Well, I have an answer to that. Well, they have a combat trick again.
Trust in the light.
Alright.
Here's another recruit.
Get the Lifespeaker this time.
There is no escape.
And I'm not going to block with the 5/5. I'm still going to make them just burn a trick here. Right? Because we know that they have it. So there's no reason to throw Makto under that bus. Just let this happen this way. They'll run out of gas here eventually. I mean, played 2 Hojins, 3 Finest Hours. They're not going to have that forever. And I can't imagine their deck has the late game that we do. We'll have to see. They've got a lot of life, but that's not going to make a huge difference. It's a really strange aggro board wipe build that they've got going on here. Very odd. I think I just like... I want Lifespeaker. I mean, I can Lifespeaker and Ultimate it. Have Immortalize up to pull back Crownwatch Press Gang. I think that's a pretty good move. They have to top deck an answer to the Xenan Lifespeaker to have it do anything. Nice. Get a big Hojin again. We can just once again trade it with our Crownwatch. We don't have to decimate this time, even. This time we'll get Tock Tick so that it also gains lifesteal. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Once we start getting lifesteal Maktos, things turn around fast for us. There goes the vestige. And in comes Makto.
Cowards, you cannot
I don't want
hide.
to just hold up Immortalize still. That's fine. I'm not going to use it right away. Because I think that we might find some better things for it. But it's a thought that we can have. We can go for Dizo's office. I don't really need to cut ties anything yet, though. So I think it might just be, like, Dakus. I could Hidden Road Smuggler and get rid of the Tock Tick. We haven't found our Fears Sum yet. That's a way for us to end this game quickly. I'm going to go with the Tock Tick. They might blow up the board again, but we're not in real trouble for that. Triple Hojin. Nice. We're still doing just fine. Yeah, I'm going to Immortalize now. I don't want to use too many of the same Crownwatch, because eventually they stop losing their luster, right? Like, we run out of things to grab. For the later ones, they get a lot worse. Alright, we're just going to slam. So they have 52 life, but it goes down real fast once we have an army of 5/5s. Things change quickly. I could go ahead and Dizo's office, but honestly, I'm fine with just doing this. What are they going to do? Get Hojin in? It's fine. Game's totally flipped. We're at 38. They're at 29. We're going to start pressuring them even harder.
No escape.
I don't believe that they have more of those, yeah. I am done believing that they have that. They've played 3 different Finest Hours. They're not going to convince me that they still have more. I guess I could have lifestealed the dragon as well, but I think this is fine. Sure, take a Smuggler. 4 to 63. What will you do, Sir Johnny? Die? Excellent choice. Yeah, we can turn around games like that real quick. We have much better late game than just a bunch of Hojins. And that's exactly what we want to do. We just want to grind, 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 turn that corner, and then everything has lifesteal. They're all really hard to get rid of, and just obnoxious flyers and stuff. So lots and lots of value that we can get out of the deck once it starts going. I'd love to see more Fears, though. Let's try for another one. Whoo, baby. That's a hand. Is it inherently actually that bad? I mean, it's slow is the problem. Like, our turn 3 play is on turn 4 or 5. Yeah, it seems a little bit better. I think this is more reasonable. That was an interesting one, though, that's for sure. Our opponent goes to 6. See if we have a hyper aggro deck again. Last time that happened, they had a really good draw for 6, and we did not. We'll see, though. I'm wondering if I want to get Ghostblade for Devour right away. They played an Amber Monument, which is not indicative of a really fast deck. I'm going to play Crest. Strange one to see. I'm going to keep the Hidden Road, too. Okay. Hidden Road Smuggler and then sacrifice. This might be better. We'll have to see. Alright, there's Xenan colors. Sure. Play the Fearbinder this turn. We can either Hidden Road or Devour next turn. Got some options now. Interested to see what they're doing. This is the fun part of this format right now, is that everybody's on something really wild because all of the nerfs and buffs and stuff just came through. It's only been a couple hours, so people are going to be doing a lot of different things. Playing Banishes, for example. Darn. Shoot. Well, that's fine. We'll Hidden Road. I mean, we've got more Fearbinders. We didn't need it right now. I think I like Regent's Tomb. We can't play it next turn necessarily, but it's a strong card. We can sabotage their hand, see what they're up to. Hopefully have enough blockers for that. I'd imagine we do.
The corruption
Corrupted
spreads.
Sure. And there's Dakus. Do we want Dakus? I don't not want Dakus, but I'm just thinking about how my turns are going to go here. I kind of just want to find more power right now.
We fight to survive.
I'll play that, pass, and we can block and Devour next turn if we need to. And maybe play Crownwatch or go for the Tomb. Hard to say what we want to do here for sure. Mask of Torment. Alright, I like what they're doing here. Sure. And then I guess block. We can stop them from gaining the second bit of life by devouring here. Too bad that I couldn't get rid of that beforehand with the tomb. The mask, by the way, just sabotage it. Sure. Could Crownwatch press gang, go for a double block. Really need to find more power. I think that we'll do that, try and set up for some of this. That's reckless. We can try and get rid of it so they stop gaining life, and that's going to be important. Metotic Wisp. So once 8 things go to the void, I think? 7. 7 other units go to the void, then they get to draw any Radiant they want from their deck. Generally, it's been the Radiant, I can't even remember the name of it, but it sacrifices any number of units that you want, and you gain life for each of them. Has Deadly, it's like a 5/7. You gain life for each of them, and you draw a card for each of them, which is pretty good with Mask of Torment.
A gift
good
of
stuff.
the shadow.
Umbran Reaper. Card that you don't see very often anymore, but still powerful. Boy, we need... we really need to find some power cards. I'd love to get the Regent's Tomb down and just get some power, but we need to have it so that it lives for a turn if we can. I'm going to try and attack here and try and get a trade. If they don't do anything, I'll Desecrate the Umbran. Hopefully that means they're out of gas, and then we can go for the Tomb. This is now 3. And there's a lot of Radiants they can get. This is also a Radiant.
I have seen.
Stop it! Stop having every evasive creature that you can. Ugh. Brutal. Also, stop having so much more power than us. This is really problematic, us just stuck on 4. I did expect to draw more than 1 power card in our first 9 cards. Oof, boy. That's really bad.
That's cute.
Okay. Finally a power. That's something, at least. At this point, they're going to be able to get it anyways. There's nothing I can really do about it. Regent's Tomb is just gone. So I might just try and get the Lingering Influence to see if we can dig down and waiting for this. Get another removal spell. Maybe try and find another Hidden Road Smuggler so we can Harsh Rule. Cut the Harsh Rules from this deck as one of the last cards, and I maybe shouldn't have. There's Desecrate. Helpful. It's not perfect, but it'll help. Too bad that we didn't get to save the tomb first, but I'll accept it. I just need something. So my Totic Wisp is also going to be an issue. Oh, wow. So this wasn't what they made. That's just the card they're playing. Huh. I thought that I saw the symbol on it. My brain just did it right away. That's a... Man, that was a really solid hit to put on there. Thankfully, we did draw that removal, because, God, that would have been really nasty. Pretty incredible hand. Huh. I think we just pass. And they have another trick.
You will feed the darkness.
Wow. Yeah, they've only had 5 power draws, but with the Mask of Torment and some really, really good hits. I mean, Letharate Falchion works for both the Mask and for the fact that it's unblockable and gets it mastery faster. Some really incredible hits, really. Had a lot of awesome, awesome stuff going for them. I can go ahead and chump block the Tock Tick. I don't love it because we are getting close to this being a thing. Nothing I can really do about it. We can also draw back the Hidden Road Smuggler and the Ghostblade. I feel like that's probably the way to do this now. We need to wipe this board soon.
Trust in the light.
Oh yeah, give them lifesteal. I do realize that's a little silly to have the Xenan Lifespeaker with so many lifesteal cards already in our deck, but it makes sense when you realize that we just really need to get lifesteal on a couple things. We only have the one Xenan Lifespeaker to grab off of a Crownwatch, so it's not too bad. It's nice to get it on things like Dakus. And our deck is all about that grindy, slow value.
Only the best for you.
That's the thing. I might just get rid of the Ghostblade here. I want to be able to Dakus and probably display afterwards. I like being able to draw more cards, or at least like look deeper and play more stuff here. Stonepowder Alchemist. I don't hate that. I don't love it. I think I'll bottom. I'll feel really bad if we end up getting more power in the meantime. But that's okay. Yeah, good hit. I might just have to let all of this hit us.
Welcome to the fold.
Hit us for 10, we go to 4.
The corruption spreads.
But then we wipe the board. They're only going to attack at 6. If they attack with the 6, then I definitely just let it happen. Yeah, because this is at 6, right? Just double checking. Yeah, I don't want to let that be a thing. Draw it from their deck. So it'll be in their hand, too. Yeah, I'm just going to take this. I mean, that sucks. It's not great. I can't even really attack to gain the life next turn, but that's something that I'll accept. We'll nuke the board. And then hopefully start drawing some of these... Do they actually get it anyways? No way. Wow, okay. That doesn't work for things like Mastery, so I really didn't expect it to work like that there. That's incredibly brutal. I'd have definitely blocked then. Xenan Guardian? Huh. That's an interesting one. However, now we're cooking. Let's grab this Tock Tick, draw more cards. We have Display to kill that, or we can just chump block it for a while. Or trade even.
Make each bullet count.
Now we're at trade level, honestly. We can go Dakus. I'm going to play that so we can look deeper in our deck. We do not want power. Yeah, I'll go ahead and double block here. And then we can just sacrifice the Stonepowder. Yeah. I do want to get Destiny cards into our Void here real fast for our Display of Ambition. But I wouldn't mind having more revenge either.
Make each
Alright, now we're set up. We've got some stuff to do. I am worried about this Mask of Torment going off at some point, though. That's a big problem. We need to finish them before that inevitability happens. They're a little ways off, thankfully. I mean, I could Display of Ambition, grab the Crownwatch, and Hidden Road? Might not be a bad idea. Hidden Road Smuggler can give us, like, Dizo's Office, or Waylay. And get rid of some of the big nasties they have in their deck. Golem Press would be okay. I wish that we had that Fear's Sum. Fearbinder would be really good.
You made me what I am.
Valkyrie Harvester. Huh. Okay. I'm pretty okay with that. Yeah, and we can do this, and I can also go ahead and trade something. Maybe even just a Tock tick, and get Dizo's Office and just kill it that way.
Another late night.
Currently, I don't even care if they block. I just want to have as much pressure on them as I can here. I'm just going to attack with everything. They can kill the 3/3. Makes so much sense for us to do that.
Only the best for you.
Trade this and get the Office so we can get rid of some of their blockers and pass the turn. I might want to hold on to this Tock tick as a way to send something to the market again. If I get another Hidden Road Smuggler, I'll want to look at that. Banish Makto. That's fine. Makto comes back. Ooh, I don't think they're winning this race anymore. Do we actually have 16 damage on the board? It's 11. Yep. Okay, there we go. I mean, we were going to kill them anyways because we had the Office in hand, but that attack without doing the math was not great. I mean, to be fair, they probably were just conceding anyways. Like, they realized that was essentially the end of the game. Like, not much they can do at that point, right? And, you know, we did pretty good. We did 3-2 with this deck. We had a couple of really long drag-out games. We could maybe put a Burglarize in the market. We did definitely run into the Adjudicator's Gavel, and it hurt real bad. So that's a thing that we could put in instead. I like a lot of the things that we have here. Harsh Rule could go into the main deck somehow. I think that a Harsh Rule would be really nice. It's something you don't really care about wiping out your own revenge units, because you can just continue that value stream later. And a lot of the times it's almost better if you do, because you can run your hand full of things like Immortalize and Display, and you'll want to actually use those to get those cards back out of the void rather than just have them in play. So that's a thing that you might want to look at, like maybe cut down on the displays, maybe cut down on Immortalize even or something. Cut a couple of Fearbinders. I don't love that. I like the idea of Fearbinder. I'm glad that we got to use it a couple of times these sets of matches. It was a lot of fun to do it. And I'm looking forward to the new format here. We've got a lot of new cards coming through. I think we're going to see a lot of Endra still. Endra is still a threat. It's still incredible. Even at 3 cost, that card is really, really busted. It's got a lot of power going for it. So we might see like more aggressive or mid-range kind of builds with it, a little less combo. But it's still going to be pretty big, I think. And I mean, this is an interesting deck for sure. I didn't get to use the Golem Press. I might be able to take that out. I liked it as a long-term value play, but our deck is full of long-term value, so that might be the Burglarize. I'm just trying to think about some of the things that we might want to change around here. This is the fun part of doing these now, is that like, all right, we've made this deck, we've looked at it on paper. Where did it fail? Well, Adjudicator's Gavel wrecked us. We need to find an answer to that. That's probably a thing that we could do. So where would we put it in? Maybe Golem Press, maybe get rid of, you know, like I said, an Immortalize or a Display, because that's a lot of long-term value. Another game that we lost was to a very fast aggro deck, and we just had a little bit of trouble getting our units out. And that was a little bit of bad luck, but what can we do to shore that up? Well, again, maybe the harsh rules need to be made. Maybe we can shuffle out some Immortalizes or Displays, try and get rid of some Fearbinders, have a little bit less late-game value, but a little bit better ways to stabilize. So, just some thoughts. I don't know if you want to try this out and test it yourself. You can let me know in the comments how it works for you. And I'll be back again next week with some more of these deck techs and videos for you. Thank you all for stopping by.